Before we begin, this video covers ongoing legal cases and allegations. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent unless proven otherwise. Before we get into the names, let's talk about what's really going on. Over the past few years, Hollywood has been hit with wave after wave of serious allegations involving SA and SH, and as we move into 2026, some of the biggest celebrity cases are still unfolding in real time. From federal investigations to civil lawsuits, powerful figures across music, film, and entertainment are being accused of the unthinkable. Some cases have already reached the courtroom, while others are just getting started. This isn't about rumors or internet chatter. These are active legal cases, court filings, and ongoing litigation that continue to shape how the industry is being held accountable. So today, we're breaking down where these high-profile cases stand as one year ends and another begins. Let's start with Diddy, because this is how 2025 ended and how 2026 is beginning. Following his 2024 arrest, Sean Diddy Combs has continued to face massive legal fallout throughout 2025. Federal prosecutors charged him with racketeering and trafficking-related offenses, and while his criminal case reached a verdict in 2025, the legal drama didn't stop there. As the year went on, new civil lawsuits surfaced in late 2024 and throughout 2025, many involving allegations of saw and shish. Several of these civil cases accuse Combs of spiking them with Ds and assaulting multiple individuals over the course of decades. While some claims have already been addressed in court, many remain pending as we move into 2026, keeping him tied up in ongoing litigation. So even with a conviction on certain federal counts, this situation is far from over. The courts are still sorting through multiple active lawsuits, making Diddy's legal saga one of the most closely watched cases heading into the new year. Up next, a major twist in Cassie Ventura's legal story. In 2025, Cassie was named as a defendant in a high-profile civil lawsuit filed by Clayton Howard, a former male escort. Howard claims Cassie was not only a victim, but an active participant in so-called freak-offs, alleging she helped recruit escorts and coordinate encounters. Cassie has denied these allegations. He's seeking $35 million in damages for emotional distress, medical costs, and lost income. The case nearly moved forward without her when Howard's team said they couldn't serve Cassie after 9 attempts. In December 2025, a judge approved alternative service through her attorneys. Days later, her lawyer from Wigder LLP officially entered the case, avoiding a default judgment. This all follows Diddy's 2025 federal trial, where Cassie testified about years of abuse. A jury later found Diddy guilty on 2 federal counts, and he was sentenced to just over 4 years in prison. As of early 2026, the civil case against Cassie is still active. And up next, we're breaking down another celebrity legal situation that's making serious headlines right now. Up next, in 2026, New England Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs is involved in multiple legal proceedings, including both criminal and civil cases. Criminal case. Diggs is scheduled for an arraignment on January 23, 2026, in Dedham District Court. He faces 1 felony count of strangulation or suffocation and 1 misdemeanor count of assault and battery. The charges stem from a December 2, 2025, altercation with his former private chef over a paycheck dispute at his Dedham, Massachusetts residence. Diggs categorically denies the allegations, and his legal team says they are a fabricated attempt to resolve a financial disagreement. As of early January 2026, discussions are ongoing for a possible financial settlement. Civil case. Diggs also filed a libel lawsuit in October 2025 against influencer Christopher Blake Griffith, who publicly accused him of attempted sexual misconduct and spiking him with D-word during a 2023 encounter in Maryland. The lawsuit is ongoing in 2026, with Griffith filing counterclaims of sexual battery and conspiracy, alleging associates of Diggs later acted to ensure his silence. Other litigation. Diggs is also involved in a separate legal battle with his former girlfriend, Mulan Hernandez. In October 2025, she filed a countersuit for assault, claiming he physically attacked her in 2024, following an earlier lawsuit Diggs filed against her for extortion. Y'all, the holiday season came with some serious tea, because on December 25, 2025, model and actor Mario Rodriguez filed a $77 million civil lawsuit against Tyler Perry in Lionsgate. And chilly, it's messy. According to the lawsuit, Rodriguez claims Perry allegedly subjected him to a pattern of misconduct between 2014 and 2019. The complaint gets wild. Rodriguez says Perry first contacted him in 2014 after a gym trainer allegedly passed his number for a potential acting role. Things allegedly escalated at Perry's LA home, with Rodriguez claiming multiple incidents, including being forced into inappropriate contact. And of course, there's the hush money. Rodriguez says Perry handed him $5,000 in cash after certain encounters to keep things quiet. Oh, and don't forget Lionsgate. They're named too for allegedly ignoring the behavior, even though Rodriguez had a minor role in Boo! A Medea Halloween. Perry's lawyer, Alex Spiro, is calling this a failed money grab scam, pointing out that some of these allegations happened over a decade ago. But Rodriguez's team argues the recent messages from 2024-25, where he texts Perry about money, health, and friendship, actually show the complicated power dynamics survivors face. And yes, chilly, this is not Perry's first lawsuit of 2025. Back in June, actor Derek Dixon filed a $260 million lawsuit alleging similar saw and harassment. Both men are repped by attorney Jonathan J. Delshad, who's definitely keeping busy. Up next, let's talk about country music star Garth Brooks. As of January 2026, he's still dealing with ongoing civil litigation tied to allegations of SA and battery brought by a former staffer. Here's where things stand. The California lawsuit filed by the former employee, identified as Jane Roe, is still active in federal court. A motion to dismiss was denied back in late 2024, but the case was paused for most of 2025 while a related case played out in Mississippi. Now, over in Mississippi, Brooks actually filed a preemptive lawsuit against the accuser, claiming defamation, extortion, and emotional distress. In May 2025, a federal judge allowed that case to move forward. And in late December 2025, a judge denied Jane Roe's request to stay anonymous in that case, meaning her identity must remain public there. Brooks has continued to deny all allegations, calling the claims a shakedown and saying they stem from disputes over employment and financial demands. Despite all of this legal drama, his career is still moving forward. He's set to headline the British Summertime Festival in London in summer 2026, his first UK performance in 30 years, and he also performed at the Formula One US Grand Prix in Austin late last year. So yeah, the legal battles are ongoing, the tea is heavy, and this story is definitely still unfolding. Up next, former tour musician Brian King Joseph has filed a lawsuit against Will Smith and his company, Treyball Studios Management, on January 2, 2026. Joseph, an electric violinist and former America's Got Talent finalist, alleges he was sexually harassed and wrongfully terminated after reporting a threatening incident during Smith's 2025, based on a true story global tour in Las Vegas. The lawsuit claims Smith engaged in predatory behavior and deliberately groomed Joseph for sexual exploitation. During the Las Vegas incident, Joseph reportedly discovered items in his hotel room, a note, a beer bottle, wipes, and HIV medication belonging to another person, that he interpreted as a threat of a non-consensual encounter. After reporting the incident, Joseph claims hotel staff and management shamed him, accused him of lying, and then fired him, replacing him with another violinist. Joseph is seeking compensatory and punitive damages, citing severe emotional distress, economic loss, reputational harm, PTSD, and other mental health impacts. Will Smith's attorney, Alan B. Grodsky, has categorically denied the claims, calling them false, baseless, and reckless. Up next, we're talking about music executive L.A. Reid. His civil trial is officially scheduled to begin on January 12, 2026, in the Southern District of New York. The case, Dixon vs. Reid, was filed by former Arista Records executive Drew Dixon under New York's Adult Survivors Act. She alleges Reid, S.A.'d her on 2 occasions back in 2001 and then retaliated professionally after she rejected his advances. According to Dixon, that alleged retaliation had a major impact on her career, claiming it blocked opportunities to sign and develop major artists, including Kanye West and John Legend. The trial was originally set for September 2025 but was pushed back after Reid's legal team withdrew, citing substantial non-payment and a lack of cooperation. In late 2025, the judge made it clear the case will move forward in January 2026, whether Reid has new attorneys or is forced to represent himself. Reid has consistently denied all allegations. As of now, the trial date is locked in, making this one of the most closely watched entertainment cases heading into the new year. Up next, let's dive into the messy saga of Russell Simmons. As of January 2026, the Def Jam mogul is deep in legal drama over multiple allegations of SA and defamation. First, Drew Dixon, she's not holding back. Back in February 2024, she filed a defamation lawsuit, claiming Russell ran a campaign to call her a liar after she accused him of a 1995 rape. Her team even subpoenaed Oprah in early 2025 for documents and testimony tied to the documentary On the Record. And it doesn't stop there. Other women have stepped forward too. A federal case by an anonymous producer alleging a 1990s rape was dismissed in 2025 over jurisdiction issues, but it's been refiled in New York State Court. Plus, several accusers, including Tony Sally and Alexia Norton-Jones, say Simmons hasn't paid up on confidential settlement agreements, leaving roughly $8 million reportedly unpaid as of late 2025. On top of all that, Simmons is suing HBO for $20 million, claiming On the Record suppressed evidence, and he's facing a January 2, 2026 trial in a multi-million-dollar stock dispute with his ex, Kimora Lee Simmons. So yeah, this tea is heavy, messy, and far from over. Up next, Kevin Spacey remains entangled in legal proceedings in the United Kingdom as of January 2026, following a November 2025 ruling in London's High Court. A provisional trial date has been set for October 12, 2026, though the court has not yet decided if the claims will be heard together or separately. 3 men have filed civil lawsuits against Spacey, LNP, who alleges roughly 12 separate incidents between 2000 and 2005, GHI, who claims an incident in 2008 causing psychiatric harm and financial loss, and Rory Cannon, the only claimant to waive anonymity, alleging Spacey inappropriately touched him at an after-show party in 2013. Spacey has denied the allegations, calling them ridiculous, and had formally denied 2 of the 3 claims as of late 2025. These civil cases follow his July 2023 acquittal of 9 criminal sexual misconduct charges in London, with 2 of the claimants previously involved in that trial. Up next, an update on the Shannon Sharpe case. The $50 million civil lawsuit accusing him of SA was officially settled in July 2025 and dismissed with prejudice, meaning the case is no longer active heading into 2026. The lawsuit was filed by model Gabriela Zuniga, who initially appeared as Jane Doe. She alleged multiple instances of assault, SA, and emotional distress during what she described as a 2-year, rocky but consensual relationship that began in 2023. She claimed certain encounters in late 2024 and early 2025 were non-consensual. Sharpe strongly denied all allegations, calling the lawsuit a money grab and maintaining the relationship was entirely consensual. In July 2025, both sides reached a private settlement. The terms were never made public, but the dismissal with prejudice means the case cannot be refiled. Following the settlement, Zuniga announced her departure from OnlyFans, and ESPN later cut ties with Sharpe. It's also important to note, no criminal charges were ever filed in connection to this case. Up next, Russell Brand is scheduled to stand trial starting June 16, 2026, at Southwark Crown Court in London. He has pleaded not guilty to 5 original counts relating to 4 women, including 2 counts of sexual misconduct, 1 count of inappropriate behavior, and 2 counts of unwanted sexual contact. These charges stem from alleged incidents in London and Bournemouth between 1999 and 2005. As of January 2026, Brand faces 2 additional counts authorized in late December 2025, 1 count of sexual misconduct and 1 count of unwanted sexual contact involving 2 other women, allegedly occurring in 2009. He is scheduled to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on January 20, 2026, regarding these new allegations. Brand remains on conditional bail and has consistently denied all claims, stating that his past relationships were consensual. A pre-trial review for the June proceedings is set for May 20, 2026. Up next, we're looking at the high-profile legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Their civil trial is officially scheduled to begin on May 18, 2026, in the Southern District of New York. This case stems from their work on the 2024 film It Ends With Us and has been brewing for more than a year. The trial was originally set for March 2026, but a judge pushed it back to May to make room for criminal cases, which take priority. Blake Lively is suing Baldoni and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, seeking damages now estimated at $161 million, with some filings citing figures as high as $500 million. She alleges she was subjected to shish on set and later targeted by a retaliatory smear campaign after reporting her concerns. Baldoni has denied the allegations and previously fired back with a $400 million countersuit against Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist, claiming defamation and extortion. However, that countersuit was dismissed in June 2025, with the judge ruling Lively's statements were legally protected. Baldoni chose not to refile, making that dismissal final. As of now, the judge has encouraged both sides to consider a settlement, but all signs point to this heading to trial. A key hearing on summary judgment is scheduled for January 22, 2026. So yes, this is another case that's far from over. Up next, let's break down Trey Songz' ongoing legal troubles. As of January 2026, the singer, whose real name is Tremaine Neverson, is facing multiple active cases involving allegations of physical assault and SA. Starting with criminal matters, in December 2025, Songz was arrested in Manhattan and charged with several misdemeanors, including third-degree assault, attempted assault, and aggravated harassment. Authorities say he punched a nightclub employee at Drama Nightclub and later damaged roughly $1,500 in property at Mira, a restaurant and hookah lounge. He pleaded not guilty and is set to return to court on February 18, 2026. On the civil side, an ongoing lawsuit from an incident at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas in November 2021 remains active. The suit alleges that Trey Songz sawed the wife of a Maryland police officer and battered her husband during a confrontation. That trial is scheduled to begin on March 16, 2026. There have been some recent legal developments as well. In early 2025, a Las Vegas judge overturned an $11.2 million default judgment previously awarded against him in that civil case, allowing the matter to move forward to trial. Additionally, Songz reportedly reached confidential settlements in 2 prior SA lawsuits, including a $20 million case from a 2016 allegation and another incident from 2018 in Miami. So as we head into 2026, Trey Songz' legal saga is very much still active, with multiple court dates and unresolved cases ahead. Next up, as of January 2026, Nick Carter remains involved in multiple long-standing legal battles related to allegations of sexual misconduct and his subsequent defamation countersuits. Key updates for 2026 include Nevada Consolidated Trial, March 2026, a jury trial in Nevada District Court is scheduled for March 2026, consolidating the claims of Shannon, Shay, Ruth, filed in 2022, and Ashley Rep, filed in 2023. Defamation countersuit progress. In early 2025, the Nevada Supreme Court ruled Carter could proceed with his defamation countersuit against Ruth and Melissa Schumann, finding he provided enough evidence to suggest he was likely defamed. He cannot pursue a defamation claim against Rep. Schumann trial, late 2025-2026, Melissa Schumann's sexual misconduct lawsuit, filed in California in 2023, was set to begin in December 2025, with proceedings expected to continue into 2026. Fourth accuser, Laura Penley. In April 2025, Laura Penley filed a lawsuit alleging misconduct in 2003. In late 2025, Penley reportedly offered to drop the suit for a $1 million settlement, which Carter's legal team rejected, calling it an attempted shakedown. Expanded defamation suit. In late 2025, Carter added Melissa Schumann's mother, Leisha Stinson, as a defendant in his defamation case, alleging she operated an anonymous social media account spreading false statements about him. Up next, Chris Brown's trial for an alleged 2023 nightclub incident is scheduled to begin on October 26, 2026, at London's Southwark Crown Court. Brown has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts stemming from the February 2023 event at Tape London nightclub, including attempting to cause serious bodily harm with intent, assault causing injury, and possession of an offensive weapon, a tequila bottle. The trial is expected to last 5 to 7 days. Brown was granted bail in May 2025 after paying a £5 million, $6.7 million, security fee, which allowed him to complete his Breezy Bowl 20 World Tour, ending in late 2025. His next scheduled court appearance is January 28, 2026, following a pre-trial hearing in October 2025. American rapper Omololu Akinlolu, also known as Hoodie Baby, is charged in connection with the incident and has pleaded not guilty to all counts. Up next, an update on Mystical. As of January 2026, the rapper, born Michael Lawrence Tyler, remains incarcerated at the Ascension Parish Jail in Louisiana, where he has been held without bond since his arrest back in July 2022. His trial is currently scheduled to begin on March 30, 2026, and is expected to last about a week. Before that, a pre-trial hearing is set for January 21, 2026. Tyler has made multiple requests for bond, but each one has been denied. Most recently, in November 2025, A judge ruled he must remain in custody, citing the seriousness of the charges and concerns for public safety. Mystikal is facing several felony charges, including allegations involving domestic abuse, battery by strangulation, simple robbery, and false imprisonment. If convicted on the most serious charge, he could face a mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. As of now, he remains behind bars while the case moves closer to trial. Up next, and closing out this Hollywood legal roundup, we're ending with Harvey Weinstein. As of January 2026, Weinstein remains incarcerated in New York as his legal battles continue on multiple fronts. In New York, a jury reached a mixed verdict in June 2025 after his original 2020 conviction was overturned. He was found guilty of a criminal act involving Miriam Haley, acquitted on a charge connected to Kaya Sikola, and a mistrial was declared on the top rape charge involving Jessica Mann after jurors could not reach a unanimous verdict. Prosecutors have since stated they plan to retry him on that charge. A Manhattan judge is expected to rule on January 8, 2026, on a defense request to throw out the Haley conviction due to alleged juror misconduct. Depending on that decision, Weinstein could either be sentenced, facing up to 25 years, or head into yet another retrial. Meanwhile, his California conviction remains in place. In 2023, Weinstein was sentenced to 16 years in prison for separate sex crime convictions. His legal team filed an appeal in 2024, arguing trial errors and constitutional violations, but as of early 2026, that appeal is still ongoing. So even years after the initial allegations surfaced, Harvey Weinstein's legal saga is far from over, making this one of the most significant and long-running cases tied to Hollywood's reckoning. So as we head fully into 2026, these cases show just how much the entertainment industry is still being forced to confront. From retrials and appeals to pending civil lawsuits, accountability in Hollywood is no longer theoretical, it's playing out in courtrooms in real time. If you want to stay informed as these cases continue to unfold, make sure you're subscribed. I'll keep breaking down the facts, the court updates, and what happens next, without the noise.